Welcome to another episode of Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off. And so has the porn star that is sitting here with me today, Sean Duran, who is internationally known, but not necessarily the international porn star, right? Because you have not left.
No.
Okay.
I am not the jet setter.
Okay, you are U.S. born and based.
Yeah.
Originally from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what's going on in your life post-pandemic. You're in New York City now to shoot a couple of scenes for Treasure Island.
My life post-pandemic, pre-pandemic, and during the pandemic, literally the exact same. I never did anything different.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of living in Florida. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, we don't care.
Before you moved, right? You moved to...
I live in Opelika.
Opelika. So before you moved to Opelika, you were in Fort Lauderdale. Pretty liberal, pretty much... When I went in May, they were pretty much still on the... people wearing masks and social distancing and stuff. Now, so not so much.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. And you quarantined in Florida.
I never quarantined.
You never quarantined. Okay, so you never... So it was just like life as normal?
I think quarantine, I think it happened... I think we were in the house for like a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, we can't handle this. Can't handle it.
Yeah.
So I went to Texas. I got COVID in Texas.
Really?
Because Texas gave less of a fuck than Florida. Like, even when Florida was, like, doing masks and everything and, like, shit was, like, closed down, I can go to Texas and nobody's wearing a mask anywhere. I'm like,
Really?
this is great.
Yeah. You've got it. Everything was cool. Nothing, no bad
I think I coughed, like,
effects.
5 times.
Yeah? Okay.
I had the slightest headache that an Advil took away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, lucky you. Because, I've met a couple people that didn't have so much good luck.
You know, that's what, all these people are like, oh, wash your hands and all the germaphobes and stuff. I was born in a trailer park, so I think that kind of helped, walking around barefoot in a trailer park.
Okay, yeah.
Build my immune system a little bit higher.
Yeah. No, my boyfriend feels the same way. He's like, you don't really need to wash your hands all that much. Don't go too crazy.
Go swim in a creek. You'll be
You'll be cured of everything.
Wash off.
So growing up, now that you mention it, you grew up in North Carolina. What was growing up like?
I mean, it was great. I love my childhood. I wish I could go back.
Yeah.
Even high school. It was like, oh, I hate high school. I'm like, I think I miss high school so much.
Compared to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life was so much fun when I was a kid.
Well,
North Carolina's great.
You keep saying, yesterday you kept saying, I'm an old man.
Yeah.
You were born in 88.
Yeah.
Okay, I was born in 88.
Inside I'm an old man.
Okay, so you're an old soul.
Like, everything I do is like, you would think I would be like 70 or 80 years old.
Okay.
I mean, just like I told you last night, I went to bed at like 10 p.m., and I woke up at 9 today. I have to sleep literally 13, 14 hours a day.
Wow.
It's insane.
You, yeah.
I'm going to go take a nap after this.
That's great.
I get exhausted all the time.
You mentioned just now trailer park. So that was your upbringing. You grew up in a trailer park.
Well, until I was about 3 or 4, we were in a
Okay.
trailer park. My family actually owned a trailer park too.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
we're that redneck.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet. Yeah, and then from North Carolina, when did you move to Florida?
10 years ago.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you're...
right before I turned 23, and I just turned 33.
Okay, so you talk about growing up, right? Before we go into this area of porn, were you out in high school? Were you out in...
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't come out till I was like 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were already out of school?
I'm sure everyone obviously knew. I mean, I was pretty fucking gay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, what y'all see on the camera, me being like, oh yeah, bro, tattooed him at, like, no, it was not like that.
You come off as very intimidating.
Thank God for steroids. I would have no career without it. I don't know.
I'd love to see a picture of you, like right out of high school, like
Really, with
Twinkie
waist-length cornrows.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, right out of high school, like right after I came out, I was like, I don't know, like, I guess that's so built up, so pent up gayness inside. When I finally came out, it was like, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, is he going to transition? Like, I was a woman.
Really?
I had 3-inch long nails, had waist-length cornrows. I would, fucking just...
Damn, okay. Did this come with porn when you got, like, jacked up and stuff and just...
I guess when I moved to Florida and started doing porn, I'm like, okay, everybody in Florida is like, this North Carolina shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah.
Like, in North Carolina, I was like...
You were too south for Florida?
An 8 to a 10. I was like the hot shit, and then I moved to Florida. I'm like, all right, I gotta do something. This ain't it. I am not the moment right now.
right when you moved to Florida, were you always represented by Fab Scout or by an agent, or did you find stuff on your own beforehand?
Yeah. Well, I think like 19 before I moved, 19 to 20 something. I did like cam boy shit for like this Hot Cam Boys was like this old website.
Okay.
If you,
That's what
I would be unrecognizable if you Googled that shit.
Okay.
My name used to be Geo Jameson.
Geo Jameson.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
All right.
maybe like
Alias.
4 pictures of the internet on me like that back then, and you could not possibly recognize me back then.
Interesting. What, still with the cornrows or?
No, I had like a buzz cut.
Okay.
I used to really fluctuate hair. Like I would get like grow my hair out, get cornrows, and like a week later I'm like, okay, I can't do it. Shave my head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Glue some weave to it. New look.
What prompted you to get into porn? Were you just like,
I had bills to pay, bro.
yeah?
I moved to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I got to pay these bills. Rent's a lot higher in Florida than like North Carolina. People don't understand. Like North Carolinians don't get how expensive rent is everywhere else.
Outside of North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I bought a house. My mortgage is like $400 a month.
In North Carolina?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I
Jeez.
swear to God. And I would like, one of my first apartments was like $800 or something like dollars in Florida, which is great, which is still good, thinking about it now. But when I first moved there, I'm like, God, $800 something dollars. And it was just like a studio. And I would FaceTime with my friends. I'm like, oh, I just got this apartment. God, it's so expensive. They're like, it's $700. It's only a 2-bedroom. I'm like, listen, go fuck yourself, dude.
What,
I'm over here sucking dick to pay for this fucking studio apartment.
So wait, so this fallacy that everything is cheaper in Florida or in southern Florida is fiction.
I mean, but it's cheaper compared to, say, here in New York.
Yeah, paying the bills, but you have to kind of like sex too if you got into porn, right? Like you enjoy.
Who doesn't enjoy having sex?
Yeah,
but I don't enjoy it more than anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of people like
I didn't start doing porn because I wanted to have sex with somebody. I did it because I'm like, okay, I need this fucking paycheck.
Yeah, I've definitely met models that after talking to them and putting them in a scene, they're like, oh, we're getting paid for this. So that's
yeah. There's this scam. I'm sure everyone has seen all the fake grinders profiles using my picture. There's 3 of me in every city.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And the scam that they run is, and it's not to get people over there to have sex with them and like catfish them. It's just like steal money from them.
Send you
it's
money.
like, it's like, oh, if you pay me $500, you could be in this next scene. And people do it.
Yeah.
People pay them to possibly be in a porn scene with me.
Yeah. Okay.
And
like
then they'll tell me that, like at meet and greets where they're like, oh, I sent money for this. Blah, blah. I'm like, why would you pay to be in a porn scene?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You do porn to get money. You don't pay to do porn. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I've been more often than not recently, there's a big separation between the people that are watching you and what you do. Like, I see you every couple of months, right? It was a little longer than last time, but we see each other and it's like nothing to us. But if somebody sees you out, that's a huge fan of yours. They're like, holy fuck, Sean Duran, So
it's so cute when they do that too.
Yeah, but I think that you especially, more so you because you guys are in front of the camera, don't realize how much people really do love the shit that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this last time I was here, actually, this woman, she ran across the street. She was freaking out. She was like, oh my God, you're Sean Duran. I'm like, yeah. Like, what are you doing watching porn?
Yeah,
gay porn.
Gay porn.
I've had like straight guys do that same shit to me.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're watching your shit.
Like
too.
I had a waiter, huge black dude, tattoos, like dreads, just huge dude. He's like, bro, I just want you to know, man, me and my wife, we love your movies. I'm like, what?
That's amazing.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's amazing. You started in 2009, right? 2009 or so, or
no, that doesn't make sense. 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
it's only been 10 years, 9 or 10 years.
So yeah, that would put us around 2010 or so. Okay. What studios? I know you've had a lot.
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple that I haven't done, but I mean, most of the things, yeah.
Have you done everything that you've wanted to do on.
I don't want to do anything.
Camera. Well, yeah, well, you know, like for instance, yesterday we did some foot play, right? You do you have a foot fetish, or is it just okay? So you have a foot fetish.
I mean, it's not like where I'm like in a dark alley fiending for someone's foot.
Yeah.
But I mean,
put it in my mouth.
Yeah, like, oh God, please. But yeah, I mean, I like cute little feet.
Okay. Did you explore that a lot through your career, or is this something that you're just like now doing a little more?
Yeah, I haven't really done foot fetish scenes.
Okay.
I just do it when I'm having sex with someone.
Yeah. Okay, so you brought it in to the scene yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think people appreciate that. And once you mentioned
But I didn't
it,
make
was
the scene about it. I just incorporated it.
Yeah, but I think that they go very unnoticed a lot in scenes, especially Treasure Island and a lot of scenes. They don't really ask for that. They usually go for, okay, you suck dick, you eat ass, and then fuck him this way.
The
fuck him
formula.
that way. Yes, exactly. The formula.
Yeah. Two orals, 3 positions, come.
Yeah.
And I try to like, okay, I'll do that. But like yesterday when we were filming, you know, we had to do the 2 orals, blah, blah, blah. I ate his ass and then I stuck it in. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, he did this dick sucking after I stuck it.
Yeah.
You know, after I fucked him. I'm like, it doesn't have to be blah, blah, then blah, blah, because it gets so boring.
It does.
Man.
It does. And, you know, I'm used to that template.
Yeah.
And I use it and I tell people, and I know that, for instance, like you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I don't have to tell you what to do.
But for new people, they have to use that template or else they'll forget to do everything and shit won't come out right.
I still have people, and especially now in a world of like only fan models and just for fan models, people that if I do a solo, they're jerking off, but they're not making it sexy. They're jerking off to get off, and you can't see anything. It's just like a flash because they don't know how to jerk off for the camera, let's say. Yeah. Or people that
just do it.
Yeah, and
like you normally would.
Exactly, at home when nobody's watching you. Or you'll have people that don't tell you they're about to come, and they come and you miss that cum shot, and that's what we're doing.
Dumb.
Yeah, but it happens. So it's almost like talking to kindergartners, let's say. You have to kind of just say everything. But then I think after I mentioned that, I was like, well, you know what you're doing. You're in good hands. So we always have good scenes. So I enjoy that.
I totally get that kindergarten thing because I've done scenes with people who are new. I'm like, am I a kindergarten teacher right now?
How do you know?
I have to literally tell you everything? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I know you don't do content. You're not a content creator. Mm-hmm. Was it something that you just don't enjoy, or?
It is pure laziness.
Yeah.
If you told me, and procrastination is a thing. If you told me right now that if I just post a jerk off video, I would get $1 million, I'm like, can I do it later? Can I do it tomorrow? You know? Yeah. That's just, and then, I don't know, so many people find it so easy, like, oh, find guys to do content with. Oh, hey, you want to, dude, if I try to do that, nobody will do it with me. It is. It's so difficult for me. Like, get on grind. Like, hey, I want to make this scene. Like, oh, I don't want to do it. I'm like, it's just too much work.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people take for granted the fact that all of these models are now their own personal studio. So you have to do casting, you have to do pre-production, you have to buy your equipment, you have to get lights, you have to.
And like I've told you, and like I've told her, I'm just not like I'm an old man in here. I can't work technology.
Yeah. So,
you want me to edit a video? No.
It's not going to happen. Okay.
God almighty, no. I don't know how to work a computer. I've never had one. Mm-hmm. I just can't. I just can't fathom it.
Yeah, but you're an amazing texter, as we've established.
That's my only talent in any kind of technology. I can text so quickly.
Yeah. Being that you've been in the industry for a good amount of time and you've seen what it's like to be represented by an agent, go to a studio, have them fly you out, pamper you, right? Because I think did you get a good amount of that or no? Was that
pampering?
Well,
yeah, no one's ever pampered me.
No? Okay, so
I might get a fruit tray somewhere, but that's about it. Fruit and cheese, that's about all the pampering I'm going to get.
Because I keep thinking of everything I used to hear from the early 2000s. I guess
I hate hearing those stories, like from the 90s and the early 2000s. Oh, we get flown out and get $5,000 checks, wherever we want to eat. I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
They put me at the Motel 6 with 20 extra bucks to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, your
and
stipend.
In the middle of nowhere, no gyms anywhere, but they want me to look perfect on camera. Yeah, and then I hear all these people from the early 2000s. Oh my God, it's like, dude. y'all had it made back then.
Yeah.
Before the internet.
Before the internet and before, before fan content. I think that it definitely took the power out of the studios, and now it's here. It's almost like a comeuppance, let's say. What I wanted to ask you about one of your best experiences in a studio.
Every day with you, honey.
Yeah. Oh, what a great answer.
I mean, the thing is, I have a horrible memory. I can't really pinpoint certain things.
So then,
but there's people that I love to work with. Like, I love working with you.
Cool. Thank you.
I love working with Mr. Pam.
Yeah.
Every day with Mr. Pam is just a dream come true.
Do you remember the bad ones more?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to name a studio, but I would love to know.
No, there's just certain scenes. Like, there was just this one, just like when I said, it's like working with kindergartners.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one scene, and it's like some people's acting.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, we have like maybe 30 seconds of acting. Just try a little harder. This one dude was saying, I'm like, are you reading this from a cue card? Like, what is wrong, bro? And it would take forever. And it's like, some people, yeah.
So you have done dialogue-driven pieces, let's say.
I love doing dialogue. Like,
Yeah.
I love the actual acting part.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I've done a couple of movies where I've had very large acting parts. And I'm really proud of that.
I'm not allowed to do that for Treasure Island.
Yeah, well, nobody watches Treasure Island for the dialogue.
I try
for the story.
My first project was very themed, and I shot it on this beautiful DSLR. I got this new lens for it, and Max was like, "Yeah, no, that's not working. This is more, point and shoot.
Yeah,
Here we go. Get the cum shot. Make sure it's not blurry."
I mean, when I watch porn, there's some times where I want a story. Yeah, I like stories.
Yeah. I like them too. I kind of like, I don't know. I'm used to, Raw Felt Club used to let me do anything. So I used to like do themes, and one of the last things that I did was Trump and Dump, which was fun because we filmed it at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Like crazy shit. So it's hard being limited by what you can and can't do.
Oh, you know what? I just texted my friend Sean, one of my favorite people, and because he was, when we were talking about porn in the early 2000s and late 90s, he was a big porn star back then.
Really?
I just texted him because I couldn't remember his porn name because we always just call each other our real names. Colin O'Neill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Colin O'Neill. I think he.
Hang on, I'm talking about you.
Tell him, is he doing porn still or no?
No.
Oh, I would love.
We met on set because on a Raw Fuck Club set. Actually,
Okay.
we had a scene together. And so he's what I was talking about when he talks about porn in the early 2000s, and he tells me all this shit. He would do one shoot and I have to work for like another 6 months. Yeah. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of models who did Sean Cody and a whole bunch of stuff that was big, even in the mid 2000s, and they were talking about coming back from doing like 2 or 3 shoots and then paying them rent for the whole year. Yeah. Colin O'Neill, I would love to talk to him at one point about, aside from the podcast, I have something called Post Porn, which is talking to models that are retired. I would love to talk to him. Love to talk to him about what's going on.
I'm sure
it's a matter of
he'd be down for it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the reluctance or whether or not, they want to let somebody in from that world after leaving it, What about studios? Studios treat you good? Like when you were in, I'm sure you've worked for Titan, Lucas. You've worked for.
I've never worked for Titan.
You never worked for Titan. Okay, so then
I don't think I'm big enough.
No, really?
Titan. I feel like Titan men. I think like the very large, hairy white guys.
Okay. You come off as larger than life in pictures, like muscle-wise.
Pero I'm so small. People are like, God, you're a lot shorter in real life. I'm like,
yeah. How funny that they would.
I mean, I'm 5'9", 5'10", depending, how.
Yeah. So maybe you. I don't know. I always think pictures always make people look bigger, anyhow. But you're very defined. I would think that Titan would have been all over you at that point, but no,
never done it.
What if they called?
Are they bareback now? Are they still doing that condom shit?
I don't know.
I've never watched a Titan scene because I know good and well there are fucking condoms, and that grosses me out.
Well, this is a good segue into that. How do you feel about? Remember the days when everything had to have bareback in front of it, or
Yeah. I remember when I didn't, when I was only doing condom scenes because it's like, oh, if you do a bareback scene, that's trashy. Like, I remember before I did anything with Treasure Island, I'm like, oh, I would never do Treasure Island. Oh, it's so gross and trashy. And then when they, called me to do it, when I started doing bareback porn, I'm like, dude, it's just easier. Mm. Oh, you know why I started doing bareback porn? Because I got this face tattoo.
Really?
And Falcon, they were like, oh, we're not going to work with him anymore because he got that face tattoo.
Really?
Yeah, I remember. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not like I just all of a sudden had tattoos. Like, I had this head tattoo. It's not like it's still on brand.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, fine. I'm going to do Lucas. Lucas was my first bareback shoot. I'm like, fine, I'll just do that. And Howard was like, my agent, he was like, oh, I want to do that, blah, blah. People are, then you're not going to get hired by these other studios. I'm like, well, we'll see. Mm. So I did it. I don't remember where I was going with this, though.
Well, Bareback Studios or Bareback.
Treasure Island. I was like, oh, Treasure Island's calling. Oh, it's going to be so trashy. And then when I went with Treasure Island, I think the first shoot was in Fire Island. Mm-hmm. I was like, these people, so much more professional. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's so much nicer than other studios.
There's so much,
like, because you think Treasure Island, like, you watch it, but it's like just the same as like people who assume things about me because of what they see on camera. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, the first thing I saw on Treasure Island was that movie Slammed.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh, that's the hottest movie. That
really okay.
That poor little British boy just railed by all these dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, he had slammed all this Tina. And I'm like, oh, that's what they do on set. I don't want to be around drugs and stuff like that because I don't do that party shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh. And then I get there, and they are just the nicest, most professional studio I've ever worked with. I'm like, you got to stop making assumptions about things.
Yeah, yeah. We have two things on that note. They are one of the most professional. Mm-hmm. The way it's put together, it's like a machine. It's incredible.
But so quick. Yeah. And everything's so quick and very organized.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Falcon and all that shit is
really
so unorganized.
I love it. I love hearing about it.
No, just because. And I hate to say that, I love working with them because everyone's so nice and, we have good times and shit. Mm-hmm. But that shit is unorganized.
Yeah.
As fuck.
Going back
nowhere near as unorganized as men.com though.
Really?
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh no, you know what? The straight studios in Miami that do gay sites.
Yeah, wait. What Dogfart? Is Dogfart
Dogfart and Venetian?
Venetian, I don't know.
Unless they Venetian, go under a different name. I think Venetian is now Dogfart or something like that. Okay. I don't know. But it's shit like bro, the most unorganized shit you've ever seen in your life.
How is it working for a straight company doing gay porn?
It's awful.
Really? Like the process,
the process is like, oh, be here at 8 a.m. and then you get there at 8 a.m. Nothing set up. Okay, we're gonna set these lights up for about 4 hours. Why didn't you just call me then?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that makes no sense to have you there just hanging out.
Yeah.
To go back to Slammed, when I came to Treasure Island, and I contacted models that I had worked with before. They refused to work with me because of that movie, Slammed.
Really?
I had nothing to do with that. Uh-huh. Neither did the East Coast or West Coast part, other than distributing the movie under Treasure Island because they have producers in England and all that stuff. I don't think they had anything to do with the actual production.
Wasn't that also in England? Isn't that just like the UK version? Like, the company, I feel like there's a lot.
They have Tim. UK,
y'all can do a lot more shit over there than what people do in America.
Yeah. It was crazy. We couldn't there are certain models that still won't work with us because of that. But whatever, like I said, I think every producer or every person that works for Treasure Island runs their set very differently. Uh-huh. And I know for a fact that New York doesn't tolerate the drugs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that they. I think they enjoy what people say about them, like the trashy stuff,
because that's what people want to see.
Yeah, and they don't combat it, but it's kind of dick because they like studios. Remember, bareback studios weren't invited to gay VNs. Bareback studios were banned from everything, and now everybody's doing bareback porn. I talk about this a lot. So, for you to say, oh well, Falcon, are they still doing condom porn? I don't think so. I think now they're doing
No,
bareback
Falcon's
porn.
not. Falcon is bareback.
Oh, Titan. I'm sorry.
Titan.
I'm not sure. I have to check on that. But, you know, people like Shish LaRue and people like Lucas, who were not very pro bareback stuff. You know, I get it. I understand why. But, you know, to the point that they were animate about it and now they're doing bareback
Lucas
porn.
used to do condoms?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Lucas
Oh,
up until
I don't know.
2013.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he was very much like, oh, you bet, like, nobody can do this. And models used to have to go and do an apology if they worked with Raw Fuck Club or Treasure Island before they
That
got
is so
signed.
ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy?
People put so much like, oh, like, dude, we're not fucking role models.
Yeah.
There's so many people. Like, it's so funny because I don't have Twitter anymore because it's just so combative. People on there, and other porn actors are always like trying to be like super politically correct and like, I just want to address blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, you have sex on camera.
Yeah.
We're nobody's role models. Because if I ever said anything, they're like, oh, how can you say, you know, you're in the public eye, you shouldn't say things like that. I'm like, bro, I get fucked on camera. My whole role in life is to say, fuck. Like, nobody's looking to me for real life advice. Like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares about what you think in Chechnya, what's going on.
Yeah. They're like, why haven't you addressed this? I'm like, bro, because I'm not a politician.
Yeah, yeah. You say people try to be politically correct and stuff. Being in the industry for as long as you have, you've seen some shit. Would you say that it's a healthy industry for... Okay, what kind of mind frame do you have to go into the porn industry?
Well, I mean, everybody's in a different mind frame. Everybody does it for a different reason.
I would say more...
You know what?
Like
you have
mentally.
to be... What irritates me, people need to be professional. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Go into this thinking as a business, not as a way to just get famous and go to parties, which is fine if you do, you know. But for me, I didn't. I just did this because like, oh, I didn't have a career path. I don't know what I wanted to be back then, so let me just do this and focus on this. I mean, that's the reason I still do porn, because I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
So now, speaking of what you want to be when you grow up, can we talk a little bit about your career change? Is it a career change? Or are you going to still do porn on the side?
Which
or?
one? I've had so many career
Yeah?
like that is like
You got
the
a lot of
running
chapters?
joke in the
Yeah.
porn industry. Like, what is she doing now?
Okay, so let's before we go into the new one, right? What have you done? Well, how many lives have you lived?
How many career paths have I
Yeah.
gone through? Okay, well, before porn, you know, I've been a waiter, I've been a bartender. I used to be a nail technician, doing
okay.
acrylics.
Really?
I used to do acrylics.
Okay.
I've been a drag queen. I've been a prostitute. I've been an iron worker. I did welding and shit like
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
And then last year I went to mechanic school and I was a mechanic. Didn't like doing that because I kind of got freaked out because I was lifting this car. This happened like 3 times. I hit the car on the top of the building, like on the roof,
Ooh, yeah.
and I just packed my shit up. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna fuck your business up. I gotta leave. I gotta go. I went back to being a hooker. Everything that happens, like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go be a hooker again. So I have okay. What else? And now I'm in CDL. I'm getting my CDL to be a truck driver.
So you that's what
Oh,
we're
and
talking
I also was bounty hunter. I was
Really?
went to school to be a bail bondsman. I got hired. So what you do in Florida is you go to school, get your certificate, you get hired, and then you have to do a year of internship before you get your license. The problem is I have a 10-year-old felony, a traffic felony, so minor. 3 people died. That's it. And no, I'm just kidding. Nobody died. But if you have any kind of felony, they deny you the license. And I was told that everything would be fine, so I went through with school, and then I finished school, and they said no. So I was devastated.
Speaking of felony, you mentioned yesterday that you used to wear slides in prison.
Jail. I didn't ever went to prison.
Okay, jail.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody knows I went to jail.
Well, I may have heard. I just don't know. You know. So I kind of want to What was that like? And how long did you go to jail for?
Well, I mean, I've been arrested a couple times. It's all for the same thing: driving without a license, and I did a high-speed chase.
Okay. How was that high-speed chase? Was it exhilarating at the time?
It was very exhilarating, very frightening.
Yeah, like what?
And down the street, down Wilton Drive.
Oh, what tells you? You know what? I'm gonna make a go for it.
I just don't feel like stopping right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You just
Getting the speeding ticket, that's not the moment for me. I'm just going to keep going. And I was on the motorcycle. So everyone's like, oh, if you're on the motorcycle, they can't chase you. Yeah, but dumbass, you've already slowed down enough so they can see your fucking license plate. You know, you don't think about that. And so literally I get home and knock on, I'm like, yeah, we know where you fucking live, though.
Damn, I didn't realize it was on the motorcycle.
I've been arrested by the same cop 3 times because
Really?
he knows that I shouldn't be driving. So I did that. And I spent the night in jail for that. Got out, and then a couple months later, same cop saw me driving. I was leaving the tanning salon. I was driving. He was like, "Cameron, get in a car." I'm like, "Ugh, please." He's like, "No, just go." I'm like, "All right, let's go."
Okay.
So I did that, and that spent another night in jail. And then the next time I got caught, different motorcycle, and then the same cop was like, "Cameron, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Man, I got places to go. I can't wait on this bus.
Yeah.
Come on, man."
At least he was nice.
He's super nice. I had the nicest cop arrest me 3 times, and you know what? He's not a cop anymore. He won the lottery.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he won a small lottery, and now he's not a cop. I'm like, because they told me that I think the 4th time I got arrested. And they're like, they were like, "Oh, we've heard about you. Blah, 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 used to arrest you." I'm like, "Yeah, how's he doing?" They were like, "He won the lottery. He's not a cop anymore." I'm like, you know what? That is great for him. He was so nice. Because he would let me call people on the cell phone before I would get in the car and be like, "Hey, I'm going to jail, get ready for it."
Yeah.
So the 3rd time I was in jail for a week.
Okay. Oh wow, a week. All right,
Yeah.
that's rough. A night is rough enough, but
It's not that rough.
no. So okay, so in jail,
People are very nice in jail.
Well, when you say jail, that's like at the courthouse, or is that at the station?
If you're just one overnight,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, that's at the courthouse, and that's a maximum security at the courthouse.
Really?
It's rough. It's really bad in there. But if you're going to be there for a week, they transfer you because there's 3 other jails in Broward County, and I went to Conti
Okay, and
for the week.
when you do the week, I assume they feed you. You're in your own cell.
Barely.
Really?
That's the only problem I ever had in jail.
Food.
The food, because I
Because
get
you like to eat.
hungry.
Yeah. You like to eat. Okay.
And they want to feed you breakfast at fucking 4 a.m. and then lunch at 10 a.m. and then dinner at 3? The fuck?
So it feels good when you get out.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember, because at the time I was with my ex-boyfriend, Stefan, Nick Cross. He's a porn actor.
Nick Cross
Short
sounds
little-
familiar.
short little Cuban.
Never worked with him, but yes.
Yeah, short Cuban tattoos. And he would come, and we do the phone thing through the glass, and he'd be crying. I'm like, "Honey, I'm getting out in a couple days. Like, calm down. It's fine. I'm just in jail."
Did you say he was Cuban?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dramatic as fuck. Dramatic. Hi. It's not fair. I'm like, "It's okay."
Amazing.
And then I would have to do this thing to finish up because I had to do what's the word?
Oh, not rehab.
Probation.
Service. Oh, probation. Okay.
And then I think I got arrested again driving some shit. And then I had to go to jail for a longer time, but because I'm so cute, they were like, "Well, we can do the weekend warrior thing." It's for people who actually have jobs who aren't just like criminals and shit like that. We would only go like on the weekends to finish out a sentence.
Interesting.
So like I had like a
Like
month-long
school?
sentence.
Like
Yeah.
med school?
So I had like a month-long sentence, but I was like, "Can I go Tuesdays and Wednesdays?" So I would go Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Howard would drop me off at jail on Tuesdays. We would go to Dunkin' Donuts. We'd get food. He'd drop me off. And then someone come pick me up on Wednesday night, Thursday morning
Wow.
at midnight.
That is an agent.
And that's what I would do.
That is an agent. And
Howard,
friend.
but
And
Howard's
friend.
my best friend.
Yeah. Well,
I got married this one time, and
we're talking about Howard at Fab's Couch.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
know.
Okay. Yeah, he's my
so
best friend. He gave me away at my wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really nice.
He's always there for me.
Yeah.
We do everything.
You said you pal around a lot with Howard and the creator of Just for Fans.
Yeah, Dominic Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that like? What, you guys just like hang out and watch videos or?
Watch videos.
I don't know. Just what
Like
do you guys?
YouTube? What do you mean?
Well, no,
like baking videos,
or like watch TV or something like that. Like,
yeah, we watch TV. We go drinking. Just hang out, drink, gossip. That's that's what we do.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't. Oh God, because I'm actually going to go see Dominic Monday because he always gets a house in the summer in Fire Island, and yeah, we just hang out. Like I just want to be around them.
Yeah.
Those are
so.
Those are just my best friends. Like we don't.
But industry friends too. Like you met them in the industry. They're outside friends. Do you hang out? Do you pal around a lot with other models or?
Not really.
No. How do you find your relationship with other models?
Oh, it's fine. I'm just like, I feel like I'm just not, I always tell people being in porn is kind of like being in high school.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's very much like being in high school. Clicks. Yeah. And a lot of other porn actors, I guess they have a lot more fun with the whole porn life, flying around, going to parties. Like this weekend is Alegria. All these other porn actors and shit are here, and I had no idea it was Alegria this weekend. I came here to film and take clients, and then I'm walking down the street and see all these other escorts and porn actors from Miami. I'm like, what's everybody doing here? They're like, you're not going to the party tonight? I'm like, what party? I'm just like innocent and shit. I'm like, they're like, oh, you going to the party tonight? I'm like, no, I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, I'm cool with everybody in the porn industry. Like I don't have enemies or anything like that. I just don't really, I don't know. I'm not the hanging out kind of type. I'm not quote unquote fun. Yeah. I just want to sit.
Okay.
I just want to sit and observe. I like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Like on set, I'm always the one that's just like, I'm so unsexy. Like everyone's like trying to get in the mindset of like fucking. I'm just like cracking jokes and shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not the one to make.
Yeah.
You need help getting hard? Do not ask me to help you because I'm not the one. But I do pal around like when some people like are in town. Like, yeah, of course. Ben and Anthony.
I like Ben and Anthony.
She's my fucking. That's my fucking sister, bro. Like.
What about?
And Ray Diesel. Ray Diesel is one of my favorite person in the porn industry.
I have yet to work with Ray Diesel. I have to. He's going to be here in like a week or two, I think. And I'm going to tell Max about it and see if maybe I do a scene with him or something because I keep hearing about Ray Diesel. He's been around for a minute. I've just never have worked with him. Yeah. So I'm going to do it. Good guy?
The best guy.
Cool. Okay.
So much fun.
Yeah.
We just sit around and just gossip all day. And it's just like,
just like
it's so crazy because both of us.
I love it.
So many people probably have like all these preconceived notions, like me, just muscular, tattooed. I look kind of scary, blah blah. And then him, this huge black dude, probably looks scary. And me and him, we get together, honey. It is like, who are these old queens? The fucking Golden Girls over here. And he's from North Carolina too.
Okay,
so we're very similar.
So okay, you get each other. Yeah. Champ's from North Carolina too.
Oh, I love Champ too.
Yeah, that's so funny. How far? I know you did a scene with Champ in a hotel room or a motel room over there, and it was for a cocktail thing that he was doing, and you had a boyfriend that was watching you get fucked by Champ. It was like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously not my real boyfriend.
No.
Oh my god, I remember that. That dude was so awkward.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's an escort in Charlotte. This was in Charlotte.
Okay.
And he got there and he was so awkward. I'm like, Champ, we're gonna look him out
here.
here.
Who was he?
I don't know. He was just an escort.
Oh, okay.
He's always hitting me up too. I'm like, oh, he's nice, but God, he's so awkward.
Yeah, it did. It's an interesting scene. I thought it was very, very cool.
Champ's so nice.
Yeah, I love Champ.
Champ is so like, oh god, he's like me. He's very like affectionate and romantic. And I guess you wouldn't think, just like me.
Yeah.
Like whenever I go out with someone, let me finish this story. So anyway, we've had clients together or whatever, and it's like we're fucking, and whenever me and Champ have sex, Champ does this thing that I do too with bottoms, where he just holds your face and he makes you feel like the only person in the world.
Oh.
And it's like, do I love this man? I'm like, is he the one?
Is he the one? That's amazing.
Because he was the one earlier. That other guy was the other one earlier. Maybe this is the one. But I do that. I'm very affectionate too. And people don't, like, whenever I go, like, having sex with someone and I'm, like, holding them, I'm very affectionate. They're like, I didn't expect this from you. I'm like, why?
So are you a hopeless romantic? Or
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Cancer.
Okay. All right.
I'm very emotional.
That's nice, though. I like that. It comes off like
crying constantly.
Really?
Yeah.
I always, no joke, if it wasn't for this conversation, every time we get together, you're one of those models that definitely, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure he's comfortable. I gotta make sure that, like, I get not necessarily starstruck, but I have to be a certain way. I have to act like professional and stuff. So having conversations like this opens it up. I've worked with you so many times and I still feel that way, but now I feel like I can be a little more like, phew, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool. I enjoy that.
I don't like when people are, like, starstruck. They're like, oh my God, I'm like, please, I don't want to be treated like I'm something special, because I literally just have sex on camera. Like, I don't think of myself as anything.
But
people are like, oh my God, like, you got me. Like, people's like, oh, you got me through this. Like, oh, I just, you're such an inspiration. I'm like, listen, you need to find something else to be inspired by, because I certainly don't inspire my damn self. I just, people, like, I guess maybe other porn actors are like, oh yeah, I'm this and that, and like, do you not know who I am? But I've heard people say shit like that, and whenever I hear someone say that, I'm like, Howard does this thing. He's like, oh, I want to introduce you to someone. I'm like, I don't like being introduced to people. Like, if we meet, then we meet.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, people are like, oh, do you not know who this is? This is Sean Duran. He's a porn star. And people are like, I don't know this. I'm like, honey, you don't have to know who I am. It's okay don't listen to them.
Yeah.
I'm nobody.
There are a very, very big group of men out there, or people in general, that watch porn, and for them, that's it. That's their life, you know? So I get what you're saying. Like, you don't want to feel like this, or you don't feel like you're a role model or anything, but there are definitely a lot of people out there that probably all they have is you, you know? It's crazy, but that's, you know, so
I don't even have me. I have less than that.
Well, you know,
because it makes me feel bad. It's like, people like have such expectations of me, and like, I don't like, because I'm quote unquote famous or whatever. I don't like saying that. I don't like being porn star.
You're well known.
Famous.
You're a well-known porn star.
I'm a well-known thespian of the adult genre.
Yes.
And it's like, I guess people expect me to, like, just be rich and famous and, like, live this life. I'm like, I live in a 2-bedroom house in Opelika, which is the hood.
Yeah.
Like, the hood of all hoods of Miami. And I just, just drive my car and just do regular shit.
Live your life.
And that's just like, people are like, I guess people get disappointed that I'm like that. And I'm not just like out just like fucking, like, oh, I'm always like, because I get clients, that message me like, oh, hey, I'm like, listen, I'm out at the store. Like, people expect me to just be like laying up in a fucking sling at all times of the day, just ready to get railed. I'm like, that's not life.
I'm at the Trader Joe's
I'm folding clothes. I'm like, listen, I gotta hurry because the washer's almost done. I gotta throw them in the dryer before they mold. I'm just doing regular shit.
What would you say to these young guys, right, who are watching your porn now, younger than they're supposed to be watching your porn? Because everybody discovers porn, especially now with the internet and all that. I don't know, 14, 15 or whatever, 16, 17, and they're like, I want to be just like him.
Don't.
When I get, so you would say don't.
Don't be.
But what,
But you know what? People don't. I mean, do what you want to do, but if that's what you want, if you really wanted to be a porn actor, then yeah, go be a porn actor. I'm a porn actor because I don't know what else to do.
But you're good at it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that, what happened?
My only talent is to fuck. Like that.
No, come on.
Yeah.
You
know what I do? I do enjoy like helping direct scenes though.
Okay.
Like when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do this. So, but you put the camera down there, so I'm gonna do this. a lot of directors will be like, I love working with you because, you know, you're quick and you know what to do, blah, 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 which is nice. Mm-hmm. You know, I like getting those compliments.
Would you ever think to get behind the camera?
No.
No.
Okay. I mean, if I want to do that, I'd do my own fucking OnlyFans.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to get out of this.
Okay.
I don't want to do porn.
In a perfect world, what would you see yourself doing outside of porn?
I want to be a truck driver. I want to be just a fat trucker. Drive through the week, come home on the weekends. I got my husband, my kids waiting on me. We just sit at home all weekend long, and then I go back to work. And that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Wow.
My dream job in the whole world is just to be a father.
Really? Okay.
You see, since I've been in porn, the thing is, I don't know. I've tried all these different career paths to get out so that I can have kids. They're not going to let some hooker porn star adopt children.
So you would want to adopt, not bring them in on your own. You would.
Yeah.
Okay.
My inbred blood, I'm not doing that again. I'm not putting other kids through what my body has put me through. Because, I mean, I have a lot of ailments. My whole family has ailments.
Yeah.
No one's lived past 75. Yeah, we're not. So, I'm going to get a kid. You know,
okay. Else. That's a very nice thing, too.
Yeah. Because the world doesn't need more children.
You're absolutely right.
We got plenty of kids that people need taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very attractive. I'm not going to lie to you. The idea of being a father, going out, doing your job, and coming home.
That's all I want.
I think about, I enjoy what I do as well. But there are definitely times where I'm like, I can do an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 6 or a 10 to 6,
but it's got to be something that you want to do.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's just nothing. It's been so long trying to figure out what that is for me. I have bipolar disorder also as well.
Really?
Like, that's a major issue with my life. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, this is the career. I'm going to go full force into it. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, why did I do this? That's been a major issue of my whole life, is my bipolar disorder.
Do you take medication for it?
I used to.
Okay.
But that's another thing with the bipolar disorder. Like, oh, I'm fine now. I don't need to do it. And then you stop taking it. It's like, and then you off buying some shit that you don't need to buy and ruining your life. Getting married. One time I literally just had I get notions and then I have to go do it. Because it's like, the world's not right unless I do it. I bought a horse one time.
Really?
Just because I had the notion. I'm like, oh, this is the path for me. I need a horse. I bought this horse. I'm like, why the fuck do I want this fucking horse? I live in the hood. Like, I lived in a house in the hood. Just, I had a fence and I just fucking put a horse back there.
Did you ride it bareback?
Well, it was a mini horse. You couldn't ride it.
Okay. So what did you do with this mini horse after you had it?
I came home one day and it was gone.
What?
And I didn't question it.
No.
Yeah.
Where did you don't?
I don't know where it went. Someone came and took it.
Somebody needed it more than you did.
Yeah.
Apparently.
There's always somebody to come clean up my mess somehow. I bought this fox too once. I had to give it away, and it's in a zoo somewhere.
Really?
That fox ruined my life.
Really?
Yeah.
A fox? Get out of here.
Fucking crazy shit.
What about the bike?
My motorcycle?
No, the bicycle.
What bicycle?
You told me about a bicycle that you bought, and you realized you didn't want to ride it anymore?
About 2 blocks into it. And I just left it in a bush.
I think that's amazing. Yeah. So
I know when to let stuff go. You know? I know when enough is enough.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. Is there anything you'd like to part with? We're about to do a scene. You're about to fuck Nate Stetson, who's great. I love working with him. I love working with you. What would you want? What is something that, well, your fans definitely have heard a lot, or people that are going to be listening to this have heard a lot of stuff that they probably didn't know. What's something?
What I want to tell people?
Yeah. What?
You're not really going to love me, Mom. Be more affectionate to each other. It's so crazy how often, like, I'll talk to someone like on Scruff or Grinder or what that. I'm like, hey, you want to? If I ask anyone like, hey, you want to go on a date and go see a movie or something with me? They're like, a date? God, no one's asked me on a date like ever in my whole life. Because people are so used to like get on Grinder and fucking. Like, go on dates, y'all. Because a lot of people want to. A lot of people want affection. A lot of people want to hold hands and cuddle and stuff. But we're so, like, used to the idea of just, like, gay men just want to fuck. And that's it. And then you got to leave. Get out. You know, some people don't want you to get out. Some people just want you to stay and like cuddle. That's like when I try to do scenes, like I try to do more cuddly, try to be like look a little more affectionate than just like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, you know what? I like seeing that in porn. I want to see someone like kind of connect.
There's a little bit of everything for everyone. Like, yeah, there are studios that boom, 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 and then I agree.
Don't be. I just want to tell people, don't be afraid to say what you really want and show caring, because I guarantee you the other person that you're like afraid to show that to wants it too.
Shit,
you know.
God damn.
Because there's so many just like people who just seem just like they were like scary. Like, you know, like people think of me like, oh, just kind of terrible. I'm like, no, I just want to hold hands and walk down the street.
Right. That's amazing. Jeez. I have to thank you very much. I know I can talk to you. I can literally sit here and just keep going.
Yeah, this is fun.
If we had cocktails and stuff, maybe next time we'll have like a cocktail bar set up or something like that. And we won't be shooting or something. But yeah, let's wrap up for now. I think this is awesome. I have to thank you very much. I enjoy working with you every time that we do work together, and I enjoy this. I enjoy this shit more than anything.
Yeah, this is
like
nice.
Just the idea of being able to sit down and talk to you about stuff, and just the idea that that it's not a secret now to me that, you know, it's porn is porn, but it's not your entire life. It's just it's an aspect of who you are. So. I think people enjoy that too.
It pays like maybe a third of the bills a month.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all it does.
Jeez. All right. Well, everybody, this is porn star Sean Duran, who has sat with me for Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is IK Grande. If you watch gay porn, I've helped you get off. He's helped you get off. And
now I've killed your boner. So that's great.
Cheers.